This was the scene in Russia this morning when a meteor exploded in the sky, injuring nearly 1,000 people and blasting out countless windows. The health chief there says 43 people were hospitalized, and the Russian Academy of Sciences said the meteor entered the Earth's atmosphere going at least 33,000 miles per hour and was estimated to be about 10 tons. Wow. Well, it shattered about 18 to 32 miles above the ground, releasing several kilotons of energy above the Ural Mountains. Amateur video showed the object speeding across the sky, leaving an intense flash. Look at that video there. Wow. Now to the latest in a developing story. Passengers from the Carnival Triumph are elated to be back on solid ground with their families, but they have a lot of questions about their ordeal. And as ABC's Lindsay Janis reports, it's questions that Carnival Cruise Lines is under increasing pressure to answer.
It's being described as a giant sewer on the sea.
And to add insult to injury, reports say one of the buses traveling to New Orleans full of passengers from the Carnival Triumph broke down. And we'll have more on this story tonight. Now time to get a, I know, right? Like just, it's like you keep going 5 days at sea, and now it's just like crazy. And like how you have to,
bus breakdown.
Exactly. It's just like, will they ever get home?
But that's just it's incredible. Golly, you feel for those people.
Exactly, exactly. But how's the weather going to look up for here?
It looks great here. I mean, it's looking to be a pretty decent weekend. We'll tell you, we got a little bit of a chill coming. We'll tell you how cold it's going to be coming up in a few minutes. Yeah, it's not going to be bad. Talk about that weekend and all that it entails in just a few minutes.
All righty, thank you, Mike. A battle of constitutional rights comes to an end with the controversial monument cemented in place. A decision from the district courts laid this argument of separation of church and state finally to rest. Dixie County residents may have witnessed divine intervention Wednesday when the people of Dixie County got the victory they've been waiting for against the American Civil Liberties Union, and they feel the wait was long enough.
6 years of tough, intense litigation ultimately, thankfully, resolved in favor of Dixie County and in favor of the Constitution.
After a federal judge sided with the ACLU in 2011, an appeals court wanted to make sure the plaintiff had legal standing in Dixie County. But John Doe is no longer interested, so the case was dismissed. County leaders say it is a case of exercising the freedom of religion. In covering the state, authorities say an off-duty security guard shot and killed a man at a Lauderdale Lakes apartment complex after a confrontation over loud music. Reports say 2 off-duty security guards heard loud music coming from a car in a parking lot, and the guards approached the man in the vehicle and asked him to turn down the music. Well, the confrontation escalated and the man got out of his vehicle and reached for the guard's gun. And that's when the other guard shot the man. His body was taken to the medical examiner's office. Officials say a new state law requiring foreign visitors to have international driving permits violates an international treaty. Under the law that took effect on January 1st, foreign drivers who did not have the $25 permit translating their license information into English could have been arrested for driving without a license. FHP says it won't enforce the permit requirements until officials can determine if the treaty signed by the U.S. or the state law can be amended. Oscar Pistorius appeared in a courtroom today, and as ABC's Bazi Kanani reports, prosecutors are pursuing a premeditated murder charge against him. And we'll continue to update you on this story as more information becomes available. A Marion County teen is dead after an accident yesterday afternoon. Now, it happened on County Road 484 near the Marion Oaks subdivision. The Florida Highway Patrol says 16-year-old Brandon Garner was switching lanes on 484 when he lost control of his car and collided with another vehicle. The car then veered into another lane and slammed into a road sign and then a tree. Garner was pronounced dead at the scene. No one else was injured. FHP says speeding and the raining conditions played a factor in the crash, and we'll have more on this story tonight at 6. A former Bradford County football coach and history teacher will spend the next 3 months in a Las Vegas jail. 39-year-old Benjamin Hawkins must also pay a $5,000 fine, serve 5 years of probation, and undergo anger management counseling. The judge initially sentenced him between 1 to 2 years, but then suspended the sentence in favor of probation. Now, you may remember Hawkins was convicted last November of involuntary manslaughter after he threw a punch at another man inside a Las Vegas casino. Hawkins said the man made racial comments to him, and evidence at the trial showed both men had been drinking before the confrontation. A man is behind bars this afternoon charged with firing off a gun near a pair of Ocala schools earlier this week. The shooting happened on Tuesday near the 1900 block of Southwest 2nd Street near Dr. N.H. Jones and a school associated with a church called Shiloh. Police say a witness saw 19-year-old Corey Dixon fire off a handgun and then hid it in the nearby woods, then ran into a barbershop. He was with another man named Alfonso Edwards. Officers found Dixon and Edwards inside the barbershop, and Dixon was taken into custody, and the gun was also recovered. Officers still don't know the reason why Dixon allegedly fired the gun. Dixon faces multiple charges, including threatening a witness, firing a weapon within 1,000 feet of a school, aggravated assault without intent to kill, tampering with evidence, and discharging a firearm on a roadway. Millhopper Family Dentistry will offer a free day of dental work tomorrow. The event is on a first-come, first-served basis, and dentists will provide free fillings, extractions, and cleanings for the first 100 people in line. The dentist is at 3510 Northwest 43rd Street in Gainesville, and it begins tomorrow at 8 a.m. Fire up those engines. There's race action, and it's heating up at the Gainesville Raceway this weekend. Sports director Chris Price is live at the raceway with the new track manager to see how he'll handle the warm-up for Gator Nationals. We'll have that right after the break. Welcome back. In sports, the biggest drag racing event of the year in North Central Florida is known as Gator Nationals. And while Gator Nationals is still a month away, there's racing action going on this weekend. Chris Price is live at the Gainesville Raceway. And Chris, it sounds like this event is a warm-up for Gator Nationals.
Let's call it a tune-up to use some racing jargon. Duke, a beautiful, picture-perfect day out here at the Gainesville Raceway.
Looks like a great weekend for fun. Well, stick around. Meteorologist Mike Potto will have a look at the weekend forecast when we return. This is your only local news at noon. Here are some of the stories we are working on for TV 20 News at 5:30 and 6. The goal is to help children with cancer in developing countries. And tonight we speak to the co-founder and find out what she is currently doing with her organization. And Gainesville Fire Rescue are investigating a fire that happened within the city. We're going to explain to you all what happened. And we told you about this story earlier in the show. There's a place to get your teeth clean. We'll find out where and what you need to do to make sure your teeth are well taken care of. Those stories, sports, and weather tonight on TV 20 News, starting with 5:30 Live. And now for the latest on what's happening in Hollywood, here's Brandy Hitt with the Showbiz Wrap.
I said, don't you move.
There are also counter reports that the two have fallen out because Rihanna disapproves of Perry dating known womanizer John Mayer. That's what's happening in Hollywood. Brandy Hitt, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Exactly. No comment on that, but we can comment about the weather that's going to be good for this weekend, right?
It's going to be good for the weekend. By the way, 5 Points of Life weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Also, we've got a number of people here at the station. They're going to be running. There's a variety of things going on
right
there.
Here.
Check the weekend planner story at 5:30 tonight. And of course, our website, too. We'll have all the details on all that stuff. Weather-wise, we're in the 50s and low 60s now, heading to the mid-upper 60s this afternoon, bright and sunny. It's going to be cool this weekend. High temps will be struggling to get to the upper 50s tomorrow and mid-50s Sunday.
All righty, well, that's weather. Have a great weekend, everyone. See you back here Monday.